All right, in my dead university cheerleader get up, which I wore today because I was going to the dentist to get dental work, and I was like, well, I gotta get blood. There will be blood. So I was like, well, let's get some real better blood on this outfit, right? Anyway, but of course they gave me the bib. Anyway, I'm jumping around here. Not really. I try to stay focused as much as possible. I have this far back right cheek wisdom tooth, right? Back here, which has been sideways and has never grown out. It used to cause discomfort, right? It used to. Like, I would not, like, bite my cheek all the time. My fat ass was eating. Well, I bit it so many times that doesn't happen anymore. Like, I bit off the flesh so much, and an oral person can, look, I'm a dentist, an oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes. And then merch your mouth, there's a wrapper on fleek. And I have had a nitro coffee and a lot of energy drink, 2 cups coffee before I went to Starbucks, and maybe 1 shot of vodka as of right now, based on this. But anyway, so it used to cause discomfort, right? Well, today at the dentist, they're saying that there's an infection, but I already know from what I learned from Moses, from Ike, or etc., anybody, dental pain and infection is going to cause pain, discomfort, right? Like, you will have pain from an infection in your mouth. The gums are very sensitive, and Ike, Ignacio Solano Prieto, son of Zaragoza, taught me that the pain sensors are so close to your brain. That's why dental pain is so excruciating sometimes for some people. Do I sound like a crazy person? No, I don't. Anyway, so I've repeatedly asked to have this removed. Years ago, while living at Haven for Hope, I had a dentist that was on not West Commerce, Buena Vista, right? Because when's going outbound, it's a one-way and then going in. So I want to say Buena Vista, approximately around Trinidad, Trinity, and Buena Vista. Anyway, but he was an African-American dentist. And I didn't go under sedation, and he did some really, like, just with local anesthesia. And I was just there like, now, saying that I have a high threshold for pain does not mean people should continuously pump me, beat me down, literally, physically, mentally, spiritually, with pain, okay? I've been through so much, and people are so, like, oh, you have this phenomenal brain and genetics, and Jennifer Wheeler made MEI technology, MEI, Middle Eastern India. Okay, I'm jumping around here now. I'm going to drop Josh Silver. And he got his Prince Albert. And he said a girl named Star, and there's a dental assistant named Star that works at Brighton Dentistry. I think it's called Brighton, where I go to get my dentistry work. So I'm going, and she was African American. And I think of the dentist back at Haven for Hope, and of course I'm asking them to remove this tooth. Now, let's just say I'm really in some bullshit fucking case study that should stop haunting me and making my life living hell. If they were looking out for me so much, I wouldn't have been jumped and robbed. I wouldn't have been forced into homelessness. I wouldn't have got my ass beat by that white guy. And thank God there was an African-American man filming it. And the guy had a huge fucking shank. I'm not making this shit up, people. I have no reason to make this up. But anyway, so Josh Silver, who I believe is Jesus Christ in the flesh. If not, he is my personal Jesus. He is my personal Jew. But he posted his Prince Albert in his ear, and he's like, there's no one else that I would trust. Now, let's just say Jesus Christ gifted you with the blood of Christ, with the eternal everything. Just entertain the idea. And again, other than maybe a shot of vodka, I am completely fucking sober. Hyped up as hell on the Holy Spirit. And of course, a Starbucks coffee. Anyway, but now they're saying that something's wrong here. And I need to go under sedation. And they were trying to like trigger, like, oh, it's going to be so painful. And you've been under so much mental anguish or mental stress that maybe you don't need this to trigger you. And I'm just like, oh. So anyway, but years ago, while I went under anesthesia for epidural steroid injections after I was hit and ran over by a car, a man by the name of Donald Knight, who was covered by USAA, which I was also in a case study with USAA. Everyone's all just kind of march around. I don't want them to take my eggs. I really believe my point of this ultimately is they're putting me under anesthesia to do more egg retrieval procedures. And now it might sound batshit crazy, but I've seen too many little steps running around, okay? I have seen multiple Rosalind. I mean, I don't want to say like I'm seeing multiple Rosalindas in one. I'm not hallucinating. But am I lying about having phenomenal genetics? And if you purposely fuck with my life and make it to where I can't even quit smoking cigarettes, who the fuck are you to think that you can take my fucking eggs and pass them out like trick-or-treat candy and hide them like Easter eggs? Okay? But anyway, so this tooth used to be a problem, and now they're making it seem like, oh, it's going to be so, whatever. But anyway, I just want to document that. But it's like, I should, okay, of all the shit I've been through in my life, Mona Mendoza, years ago, told me, Steph, if I were you, I would have taken my life years ago. This was over 10 years ago. This was before the divorce. This is before I was forced into homelessness. This was before my entire law enforcement career was sabotaged. So later people could pump me full of so much fucking fear that I would go running to the arms of the man who raped me when I was a child. I am not making this shit up, am I? And yes, that whole martial law thing, what if you were to find out that the only thing that's going to get you locked up in military prison or incarcerated, whatever, is because you're trying to guilt me into going to Eric Dela Cruz, who is stalking and lingering me, and somehow, I don't know if it's because of Jennifer Wheeler and MEI technology or local law enforcement. It's not okay. But anyway, I believe the stem cell research is murder. If you... Rooster says something about me being a psycho Christian. It's like, psycho? Am I psychic? Am I highly intuitive? So why would you ruin my life and put my life so much more shit to keep breaking me mentally to not let me live a happy and healthy life? But I believe that life begins at conception. Now, if, let's just say Sheriff Salazar and Sarah wanted to have another baby and they needed my assistance, or let's say two awesome gay guys, or even Matt Bellamy and Muse, you know what I mean? And maybe Elle Evans doesn't have the Middle Eastern secret sauce like I do, okay? If you can't come talk to me like a human being and ask for me to donate you my eggs, but you're going to turn around and say I'm fucking crazy, that's a fucking problem. Or telling me that if living in Converse Ranch, I'm going to have a workout facility and 2 pets, and I'm only allowed 1 cat and there's no workout facility here. So I have to go off property and risk getting hit by a car or having some random dude hit on me because Sean Preston Rankin broke my heart. Sean didn't break my heart. I even said, I don't even cry over Rooster anymore. You know, I cry over Robert. And I keep telling everybody, if you want this to be a successful, give me Robert back. And then they're like, oh, well, Robert's an ex-con, so you can't hang out with Robert. Well, then I'll wait till April. But I do really believe there's someone with a nuke or an 18-wheeler, and if you try to put me in EMS or take me or do anything to me, they're going to fuck with you. Oh, Wingo, what? Wingo, what? It's Steph. I know. We're going to fuck.